Welcome to this episode of A Real Change TV. Hey, it's Sandy Krakowski and welcome to my backyard. We've actually just created me, I guess you could call an outdoor living room, one of my dreams where I could actually work anywhere I wanted to. Today I want to discuss with you the mountain of media and the 7 Mountain Strategy. For the next 7 weeks, I'm going to be doing an episode on every single mountain. And the biggest mountain that God has positioned me in is the mountain of media, so I thought it was fitting to start here. One of the things that you can discover if you're wondering, was I called to the mountain of media, is that you probably have a smartphone growing out of your belly button, that you are drawn to current trends in media. Now, I have to tell you, the mountain of media will ebb and flow. And as a matter of fact, we're going to see people who are no longer at the top of the mountain coming down from the mountain because they don't adapt to the ebb and flow and changes. Number one change that we're seeing in the mountain of media is social media and the internet. Never before in all of our history have we ever seen so much of culture formed, pattern-driven, thoughts being presented, mindsets, worldviews marketed through the mountain of media as then through the internet. We've got the mobile market of media, we've got the social media aspect, and obviously blogging and the internet especially. Now here's the issue. Journalism, news reporting, bringing out thought, pattern, worldviews, ideas, news, etc., has always been delivered through the mountain of media. If you're wondering if you're called to the mountain of media, like I said, you're not just familiar with social media, you don't just like media, you're not just drawn to media, you don't like to just write occasional articles, you're absolutely compelled to it. It's where you live, it's where you shine, it's where everyone says that's where you've been called. It's obvious that I've been called to the mountain of media, especially social media and blogging. Number 2, the thought of the mountain of media is this, that whatever is at the top of the mountain of media is influencing all of the worldview. Up here, you're going to have the predominant worldviews, the predominant thoughts. And my friends, this is not necessarily going to be, right or wrong, black or white, religious or not religious, etc. But it's going to be the thought that the whole world embraces coming from those thoughts of right or wrong, black or white, religious or not religious, God-fearing, God-hating, etc., into the mountain of media. There's varying degrees in the mountain of media where you have smaller schools of thought, all of which you can find, whether or not you're influencing a city, whether or not you're influencing a nation, whether or not you're influencing a group of people. If you're at the top of the mountain, though, you will see yourself influencing not tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, millions of people quickly. The other thing on the mountain of media is this. Currently, it's dominated with the negative. It's dominated with fear. It's dominated with, I guess you could say, everything that's wrong in the world, everything we need to be terrorized. Unfortunately, bad news sells. I believe that those who are called to the mountain of media, however, will be compelled to deliver good news, to change people's thoughts, to think properly, to help people to become powerful and not disabled, to help people to be independent and not codependent on structures that aren't going to support them. Quite frankly, I believe with the message that God's given me on the mountain of media would actually aid the government and not tear it down. It would actually support and encourage all of the other mountains and not displace or create negativity against. What would happen with our society if people actually did begin to think properly? What would happen with our society if people actually did find out the potential that they had to be amazing and powerful? It's interesting because one of the heads in Fox News Business tweeted to me one day on Twitter as we were going back and forth, and he said, imagine if people made it their aim that day when they went to work to be nice to each other. I believe that those who are called to the mountain of media will be releasing good news. I believe that they will be releasing truthful news. Just like it says in the Bible, whatever is true, whatever is thankworthy, whatever is whole, whatever is right, whatever is going to benefit society, think on these things. Those who are called to the mountain of media will be bringing that kind of message. I personally do it through business, through health, through family, through personal development, through fitness, and different things that bring together and repair so many things that are broken. My friends, if you've been called to the mountain of media, the best thing that you can do is take that skill that you have and invest into it. I believe the parable of the talents shows that. And Jesus is paying attention to what are we investing into. Take the gifts, talents, and abilities that you have and invest into becoming masterful at what you're doing. Next week, we're going to talk about the mountain of business. I've also been called to the mountain of business. Some call it the mountain of economy. And I can't wait to lead you in a discussion on that as well. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.